Welcome to Yakutia, the coldest inhabited place on Earth. Here in the heart of Siberia, winter isn't just a season. It's a battle for survival. Temperatures plummet to an unimaginable -71 degrees Celsius, a cold so profound it can freeze exposed skin in seconds and turn steel brittle. In this vast frozen wilderness, life clings on by a thread, and for one lone shepherd, that thread is his flock of snow sheep. For months he lives in isolation, a solitary figure against an endless expanse of white. His small rustic cabin offers minimal protection from the elements. The wind howls relentlessly, a constant reminder of nature's unforgiving power. Every day is a struggle, from chopping frozen wood for the stove that barely keeps the frost at bay to melting ice for a single cup of water. Survival here is a full-time job, with no holidays and no room for error. His herd of snow sheep is everything. They are not just animals. They are his livelihood, his family's only source of food and income through the brutal winter. Each sheep represents a promise of warmth, a meal, a future. Their thick wool provides insulation, their meat sustains life, and their sale in the distant spring will bring the money needed for the year ahead. Protecting them is his sacred duty, a responsibility he carries alone on his shoulders. He knows the land like the back of his hand, every ridge, every frozen river, every sheltering grove of trees. He guides his sheep with a quiet expertise, learned from generations of his ancestors who also braved this extreme environment. He understands the subtle language of the snow, the meaning behind the cry of a distant bird, the warning signs in the changing sky. These are not just skills. They are ancient survival instincts, honed by a lifetime spent on the edge of the world. But this winter, a new and terrifying threat emerges from the swirling blizzards. A pack of wolves, driven by a hunger as desperate as his own, has been sighted near his grazing grounds. For the wolves, the sheep are an easy target, a vital source of energy in a land where prey is scarce. For the shepherd, they represent an existential threat. The silent, frozen tundra is about to become a battleground. One evening, as the pale sun dips below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across the snow, the first howl cuts through the air. It's a sound that chills him to the bone, more than the -50-degree air. It's close, too close. He grabs his old rifle, a relic passed down from his grandfather, and rushes out of the cabin. His heart pounds in his chest. His breath crystallizes instantly, a cloud of white in the fading light. He scans the horizon, his eyes straining against the gathering dusk. The sheep are huddled together, nervous and bleating, their instincts screaming danger. And then he sees them, a pair of glowing eyes, then another and another. A silent ring of predators materializing from the twilight. The wolf pack has arrived. They are patient, intelligent, and working together. They begin to circle the flock, testing for weakness, looking for an opening to strike. The shepherd knows he cannot afford to lose a single sheep. He fires a warning shot into the air. The deafening crack echoes across the silent landscape, and the wolves momentarily retreat, melting back into the shadows. But he knows this is only a temporary reprieve. They will be back. Hunger is a powerful motivator, and they will not give up easily. The night becomes a tense, nerve-wracking vigil. He can't sleep. He patrols the perimeter of his small encampment, the crunch of his boots on the snow the only sound besides the whistling wind and the occasional haunting howl in the distance. The cold is a physical enemy, seeping through his layers of clothing, numbing his fingers and toes. But he can't go inside, he can't rest. He is the only thing standing between his flock and certain death. He relies on traditional methods to fortify his camp. He builds up the snow walls around the sheep's enclosure, making it harder for the wolves to leap over. He sets up makeshift noisemakers from old cans and pieces of metal, hoping the unfamiliar sounds will deter the cautious predators. Every trick he learned from his father and his grandfather is put to the test. This isn't just a fight against wolves. It's a clash of wills, a test of ancient knowledge against primal instinct. As the days turn into a relentless cycle of vigilance, the shepherd's endurance is pushed to its absolute limit. The lack of sleep, the constant exposure to the extreme cold, and the gnawing anxiety take their toll. Visibility drops to near zero during a blizzard, the world reduced to a swirling vortex of white. In these moments he is completely blind, relying only on his hearing. He listens for the panicked bleating of the sheep, for the soft padding of paws on snow. During one such whiteout, the wolves make their boldest move. Exploiting the chaos of the storm, they launch a coordinated attack. The shepherd hears the frantic cries of his flock and plunges into the blizzard without a second's hesitation. He can barely see his own hands in front of his face. He follows the sounds, his rifle held ready. He stumbles upon a wolf just as it lunges for a lamb. Acting on pure instinct, he shouts and charges forward, a desperate, primal roar of his own. The wolf, surprised by this sudden fierce resistance from the lone human, snarls and backs away, disappearing into the blinding snow. He manages to drive them off again, but he knows the war is far from over. The pack is shadowing him, waiting for a moment of weakness. He is one man against a pack. The odds are stacked against him. But giving up is not an option. His family is depending on him. Their survival is tied to his. This is more than just a story of a man and wolves. It's a testament to the incredible resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming adversity. It is a glimpse into a life where every sunrise is a victory and every night is a test. Here in Yakutia, survival isn't given. It's earned one frozen day at a time, with courage, ingenuity, and an unbreakable will to protect what matters most. Thank you for watching. If you were captivated by this story of survival against all odds, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more incredible journeys from the most extreme corners of our planet. See you next time.